is this relationship a rebound relationship, or are they really serious? Is it something that is meant to last or to collapse? That's the question I'm going to answer. Your ex is now dating someone and you don't know exactly if it's a good or a bad sign, because it could be a good sign, and I'll explain you why after the jingle.
igetmyexback.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
What I'm going to explain is applicable to a certain type of relationships, and it depends on various criteria. There are about 20 criteria. Amongst them is the length of the relationship, the reason of the breakup, and other criteria. And the idea is that if you don't meet those criteria or enough of those criteria, you can actually be the one, you can be actually the rebound relationship. And I had the case recently where I was on a consultation with someone, and after a few minutes I realized, he realized that actually he was the rebound. She was dating someone for years, got with him, just after the breakup, and she dumped him to get back with her ex. And so in order for you to avoid this kind of situation, you can take the quiz where you basically assess whether your relationship can be recovered, and whether what I'm going to mention about rebound is applicable to you. It takes literally 2 minutes. The link is in the description and also in the first link of the video. It's free and you'll get a score. If your score is above 15, it means that actually you can recover if your ex is in a rebound relationship. Of course, we're going to explain what's the difference between a serious relationship and the rebound, and you'll see, because there's something very that I don't see often online, is how you can be proactive about that. Because it's very dangerous, but you can be proactive about that. First of all, the reasons your ex is in a rebound, or is with this person. If you assess your relationship is recoverable, your ex wants to win. Everybody wants this. Nobody will admit that, but everybody, when they make the decision to break up, they want to win. They want to say, I made the right decision. And so for some people, winning means I can manage life as it is. No need someone to bring me happiness. I feel good about the breakup. Some people, they don't feel that good about the breakup. They don't like to be alone. And therefore, they need someone to support them. They need the intimacy, they need the emotional support, they need sometimes someone just to please them and to be there for them, to tell them how great they are. Okay? So your ex is probably in the latter stage, because in the latter option, because they decided to be with someone, and need is very important. They need that person, they use that person. Perhaps it's also to make you react, and that's the conscious part of that equation. Be really aware of narcissist traits. A lot of my people I talk recently, it sounded like their ex wanted them to know that they are dating someone, wanted them to be jealous, wanted them to say like, yeah, you see, I'm dating someone. So really be aware of that. But what you also will find is that sometimes your ex might be just dating someone and telling you in public about it because they want to check if you care. They're just testing, like, how far can I be before he shows that he cares. Because in a lot of cases, I see a lot of my clients, they fail to show the interest in the relationship in their ex, and that's exactly what they're after. They're creating the jealousy, because sometimes you have men and women who say to their partner, you're jealous, you don't care if I speak with someone, and they expect you to be a bit jealous. So they would be sometimes dating someone to make you jealous. They also use this as a booster for change. In a way, they perhaps decided to end the relationship because they wanted you to do something, because you didn't listen to them for months. And so they feel like, he's not listening, he don't think I'm serious, so I'm going to date someone, I'm going to increase the sort of my threat. I'm serious, you better put your shit together, basically. Okay, because I'm dating that person. And now I'm this from actually moving on and being with someone else. So that could be a reason also they have a rebound, is to make you react. What you have to remember, and actually comment on this because that's my belief, but I'm not sure if everyone shares this one. It's a French, I don't remember the author, but it's a French quote. To live happily, live hidden. And I think in a world with social media where we post everything about our life, I don't know if it's still relevant, but the point is, if you're happy with someone, if you feel balanced, if you feel fulfilled, you don't have the need to share to the rest of the world that you're with someone that you're in love. You don't have to shout to everyone, to shout on social media, to post pictures on yourself, of yourself with that person, right? You just live in the moment, you just enjoy the time you have with your partner, but you don't have to brag about it, right? So also really understand why. Are they really trying to brag? You know, if they are really happy, they would actually hide that they're dating that partner. They would actually not really be proud of dating someone. So also assess this. It's very important. And I would like you, so if you can comment whether you agree with this statement. If you are happy with someone, you don't have to brag about it. You don't have to shout to everyone that you're in a relationship. The unconscious part of someone dating a rebound or dating just after a breakup is that, and a lot of people are like that, they can't be single. Maybe that's the case for your ex. And if you look at their previous relationships, they never had a break more than a week. And I've had like cases like that where people are just like, you know, they are either monkey branching or they just like find the next person. And so sometimes your ex, that could be the case for your ex, we need a self-esteem boost. A breakup is really hard, even if you're the dumper, it's really hard on self-esteem. And so being with someone is a way to boost the self-esteem. There are other ways to do it, but that's a way to do it. And what's happening right now is that they can't face the fact that actually breaking up with you is being single. And that's why sometimes exes want to be friends, because they want to end the relationship, but they still want you. And if you do no contact, and that's why this one is scary. If you do no contact, they would want to fill that void as well. So be careful, and I'm going to explain you after. So one of the common tips to move on, also from a relationship, maybe they're friends, is telling them, you know, if you want to forget Brad or Alexis or whatever, you should date. And so they get back on the dating scene. That's also a tip that I give to my clients if they really want to move on and they don't want their ex back and they want to move on. Dating is one way to boost the self-esteem, to feel more confident, and to see that there are other possibilities out there. Yes, but they will forget me if they are dating someone. That's the thing I hear almost every day. If you meet the criteria that we discussed before, no. This common belief is based on your fear of losing them. The fear that because they decided to end the relationship, that was definitive. The fact that they decided to end the relationship meant that you meant nothing for them. That's not the case. That's not the case. If you correct the trajectory of this, you can fix it, right? Think about your exes. Have you ever forgotten your ex the day after you broke up? No, it doesn't work like this. So of course you need to find a good balance. I talk about no contact. I talk about leaving some space to your ex. But at some stage, you can definitely reconnect. You can definitely be around them and test the water. It's very important. Timing is key. This is a very important slide. Take a screenshot. This is why you need to be aware of the tips you see online. Because I read a lot and I have like people asking me on WhatsApp on my discovery calls, telling me like, you know, I read that if they decided to break up with us, we should never ever contact them, that if they're in a rebound, we should never contact them. The thing is, a rebound is a relationship that starts between 0 and 3 months after the breakup, okay? If you do not contact for 12 months, you leave an opportunity for your ex to find someone, but not to find someone because they need that person and they use that person, i.e. they have this craving for emotional support within those 3 months. Maybe it's 6 months and they feel more balanced. They feel like, okay, now I feel ready to date someone. Now I feel ready, now I'm going to choose someone. And that's totally different because when you're in that case it's going to be very hard for you to get back with your ex. And I would argue that it's if your ex is dating someone at this stage, it's nearly over. Because they would have decided to go with that person. In a way, I believe that the rebound, they don't necessarily decide, it's just there. It's just a random guy that they saw. So really be mindful. 3 months, it could be 4, it could be 2, but really be mindful of doing this no contact, radio silence, however you could. Give them that space, they need that space. But at some stage, you need to really recontact your ex. You really need to see, to show to your ex that you've changed. Otherwise, they'll go and date someone else because that's what people do. If your ex wants to be in a relationship, they will find someone, okay? So very, very often your ex think, well, there is apparently no signs or he or she wants to fix it. So I'll make myself available. So really be mindful of that. Don't let them be detached when you go towards that point, because this is really where you can lose your ex forever. It is very important. It's something that a lot of people are confused about because they feel like, yeah, I need to stick to the no contact and never ever contact my ex. If you do that, you allow your ex to be sort of released, to be sort of emotionally neutral towards you, because we don't want that. Because at some stage we want them to miss us. We want them to have that nostalgia. After 6 months, they're done, they're gone. They're gone and they'll be like, okay, well, now I'm ready to date someone else. Now I'm ready to explore. And you are not part of the solution. You are not part of what they're after. And it's too late. So be really mindful about that. If you have any questions on your case, because there's so many types of rebounds, don't hesitate to get in touch with me and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Take care. Bye-bye.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.